Constantly told I would never amount to anything, I proved my entire family wrong. When they tried to claim part of my startup's valuation, the court not only rejected them but ordered them to pay my legal fees. My story begins long before the courtroom drama, rooted in a childhood landscape of perpetual disappointment and systematic emotional demolition. Growing up in a small suburban neighborhood in the Midwest, I was the quintessential outsider in my own family, a misfit whose dreams were constantly being measured and found wanting. My father, Robert, was a mid-level manager at a local manufacturing plant, the epitome of middle-class conformity. He believed success was a predetermined path: go to school, get a steady job, marry young, have kids, and never rock the boat. My mother, Ellen, was a homemaker who had long since surrendered her own aspirations, instead channeling her unfulfilled dreams into rigid expectations for her children. My older brother, Michael, was the family's golden child. He embodied everything my parents considered successful. He graduated with a business degree, immediately landed a corporate job, married his college sweetheart, and started producing grandchildren right on schedule. My sister, Jennifer, followed a similar trajectory, marrying into a family with established wealth and social standing. And then there was me, the perpetual disappointment. From an early age, I was different. While my siblings were content following prescribed paths, I was constantly questioning everything. My room was a chaotic ecosystem of disassembled electronics, programming books, and wild sketches of technological innovations. Where my brother saw a computer as a work tool, I saw it as a universe of possibilities waiting to be explored. My fascination with technology wasn't just a hobby, it was an obsession. By the time I was 14, I was teaching myself programming languages, building rudimentary websites, and participating in online coding forums. My parents saw this not as potential, but as a distraction. "Stop wasting time with those computers," my father would growl. "You need to focus on real skills that will get you a real job." The educational system wasn't much better. My teachers, mostly aligned with traditional thinking, couldn't comprehend my unconventional learning style. I was frequently told I was too disruptive or not following the curriculum. What they saw as disruption, I saw as critical thinking. While other students memorized facts, I was learning how to solve problems, how to think differently. College was my first real taste of freedom. I chose a smaller, less traditional university known for its innovative tech programs. Here, my quirks weren't seen as flaws but as potential. Professors who recognized my passion began mentoring me, introducing me to startup ecosystems, and challenging me to think beyond conventional boundaries. My first real startup concept emerged during a late-night coding session in my dorm room. I was solving a problem that many in the tech community experienced but few had effectively addressed: streamlined project management for distributed teams. Most existing solutions were clunky, expensive, and failed to truly understand the nuanced communication needs of modern, global workforces. The initial prototype was nothing glamorous. Developed on a shoestring budget, fueled by energy drinks and an almost maniacal determination, the first version was rough. But it had something most enterprise solutions lacked: intuitive design and genuine understanding of user workflow. Funding was a constant challenge. While my peers were securing parental investments or taking safe corporate internships, I was living on ramen, working part-time jobs, and pouring every spare cent and moment into development. My family saw this as further proof of my impending failure. "When are you going to get a real job?" became their constant refrain during increasingly rare family gatherings. The first significant breakthrough came unexpectedly. A tech conference where I was presenting a demo version of my platform caught the attention of an angel investor. He didn't just see a product, he saw a vision. His initial investment was modest but transformative. It provided the runway I needed to refine the platform and start serious market testing. Over the next 2 years, the startup went through multiple iterations. Each pivot was a lesson, each failure a data point. We weren't just building a product, we were solving a genuine problem in how global teams communicate and collaborate. The market began to take notice. Venture capital interest started as a trickle, then became a flood. Our user base grew exponentially. Tech blogs began writing about us, not as a curiosity, but as a serious contender in the project management space. The valuation began to climb, first in thousands, then hundreds of thousands, and eventually into the millions. And then, predictably, my family emerged. Suddenly, the same people who had spent years ridiculing my dreams wanted a piece of the pie. Family dinners became legal strategy sessions. My parents, who had never understood a line of code in their life, were now claiming they had always supported my technological pursuits. The legal battle was never just about money. It was about validation, about proving that my unconventional path was not just viable but extraordinary. When the court not only rejected their claims but ordered them to pay my legal fees, it was more than a financial victory. It was a comprehensive vindication of every dream they had tried to crush. Today, my startup is valued at over $300 million. We've revolutionized how global teams communicate, secured partnerships with major tech companies, and created a workplace collaboration tool used by thousands of companies worldwide. But the real success isn't measured in dollars or valuations. It's in proving that success isn't about following a predetermined path, but about having the courage to create your own. To every young dreamer being told they're not enough, your potential is not defined by the limited imagination of those around you. Your vision, your persistence, your willingness to challenge the status quo, these are your true assets. My family tried to clip my wings. Instead, they taught me how to soar. 5 years have passed since that pivotal courtroom moment, and the landscape of my life has transformed in ways I could never have imagined. What began as a personal battle against family expectations has evolved into a journey of technological innovation, personal growth, and profound self-discovery. Our startup, which began as a modest project management platform, has grown into a global technology ecosystem that's reshaping how companies communicate and collaborate. But the real story isn't just about technological success, it's about the human journey behind the algorithms and code. The first 2 years after the legal battle were a crucible of growth and challenge. With our initial funding and the validation from the court case, we attracted top-tier talent who believed not just in our product, but in our vision. Our team became more than just employees, we were a collective of dreamers and innovators united by a shared mission to transform workplace communication. Our platform evolved from a simple project management tool to a comprehensive collaborative intelligence system. We integrated artificial intelligence to predict team dynamics, optimize workflow, and identify potential communication bottlenecks before they could impact productivity. What set us apart wasn't just the technology, but our deep understanding of human interaction in digital spaces. The financial success was unprecedented. Our Series B funding round valued the company at $350 million, a figure that would have seemed impossible just a few years earlier. But more important than the monetary value was the impact we were creating. Companies across 6 continents, from small startups to Fortune 500 giants, were using our platform to reimagine how teams work together. But success brought its own set of challenges. The very family that had once tried to claim a stake in my success now became a footnote in a much larger narrative. My parents, who had spent years undermining my dreams, were now distant observers of a success they could never comprehend. Interestingly, the legal battle and subsequent success opened up unexpected conversations about family, potential, and personal growth. I began speaking at conferences, not just about technology, but about breaking free from limiting narratives. My story resonated with thousands of young entrepreneurs who felt constrained by familial or societal expectations. We established a foundation focused on supporting young technologists from non-traditional backgrounds. The scholarship program specifically targets students who come from environments where their dreams are constantly questioned or dismissed. Each scholarship isn't just financial support, it's a statement that potential isn't determined by background, but by passion and persistence. The technological innovations continued to surprise even us. We developed an advanced machine learning algorithm that could analyze team communication patterns, predicting potential conflicts and suggesting optimized collaboration strategies. Major corporations began viewing our platform not just as a tool, but as a strategic asset for understanding and improving organizational dynamics. Personal growth paralleled our professional journey. The constant battle against familial doubt had transformed into a mission of empowerment. I found myself not just leading a company, but becoming a voice for those who have been told they're not enough. Speaking engagements, podcast interviews, and writing became additional channels to share the message that success is a personal journey, not a predetermined path. Our company culture reflected this philosophy. We deliberately created an environment that celebrated diverse thinking, encouraged radical innovation, and treated failure as a learning opportunity. The team became a microcosm of the larger vision, a place where potential wasn't just recognized, but actively cultivated. The legal fees my family was ordered to pay became a symbol of something larger. It wasn't about the money, but about the systemic validation of individual potential. That moment in the courtroom wasn't just a personal victory, but a statement about challenging predetermined narratives. 5 years of relentless innovation, persistent belief, and unwavering commitment have transformed what was once a startup into a global technology leader. But the most significant transformation wasn't in our balance sheet or our technological capabilities, it was in understanding the true meaning of success. Success isn't about proving others wrong. It's about proving something to yourself. It's about recognizing that your potential is not defined by the limitations others place on you, but by the vision you're willing to pursue. To every young dreamer reading this, your path will be uniquely yours. Embrace the journey, learn from every challenge, and never let anyone else's limited imagination define your potential. The story continues, and the best chapters are still unwritten.